The most watched, the most trusted. Eyewitness News, everywhere you are. Time now for your forecast first on Eyewitness News, the CW7.
It was a beautiful and very warm Thursday, and now a weak front is moving through the area. It's a dry front. We're going to knock temperatures down a bit, but still not too cold for early December. We're down to 54 right now. We'll settle to around 50 this evening. Overnight lows into the upper 30s to around 40. But another very warm day on the way, and then some changes begin to unfold over the weekend. In my forecast next on Eyewitness News at 6:30.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Brandon Bartlett. Right now at 6:30, a family court judge in Davis County agrees to a temporary suspension tonight. That after being accused of abusing her power. 'Tis the season for porch pirates. We have video tonight of one caught on camera in Evansville. Plus, we find out what is being done to stop them. And the story tonight in his own words. Alec Baldwin speaking out tonight about that deadly shooting on the set of his new movie. Eyewitness News at 6:30 starts right now.
Live from the CW7 studio, this is Eyewitness News at 6:30.
We start tonight with breaking news in Gibson County. A crash involving 8 vehicles, including a semi, as part of Highway 41 near Princeton closed tonight. We're told 5 people have been taken to the hospital. Eyewitness News' Ryan Witchery is live tonight at the scene with the latest for us. Ryan?
We have seen just in the past couple of minutes traffic start to move back up a little bit on Highway 41. I'm going to step out of the frame just for a moment here to give you all a better look at the scene. This is, again, at Highway 41 just outside of Princeton. We understand that 8 vehicles were involved. Authorities here on the scene say they believe a semi-truck crashed into the back of several other vehicles. At least 5 people were injured, including the driver of that semi. 2 people had to be extricated from a pickup truck. They believe they have serious injuries. Right now, they are in the process of taking down stoplights here on Highway 41. But again, as we said, just within the past couple of minutes, we have seen some traffic start back up on Highway 41, but there's still plenty to try and figure out here just outside of Princeton, here in Gibson County. So stay tuned to Eyewitness News tonight at 9 and 10 and on our website, tristatehomepage.com. Reporting live from Gibson County, Ryan Witchery, Eyewitness News.
Ryan, thank you. In Owensboro, authorities identify the man killed after being hit by a semi. Officials say that 59-year-old Dennis Lagrone was riding a bicycle just after 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. His bike was hit by a semi at the intersection of East 4th Street and West Highland Court. We're told Lagrone died at the scene. The incident shut down East 4th Street for several hours. New developments tonight in a story we've been following out of Davis County. A family court judge agrees to a temporary suspension after being accused of abusing her power. That suspension goes into effect tomorrow. Official documents accuse Judge Julie Hawes Gordon of using her position to impact her son's criminal case in court. She faces 6 different counts of misconduct. In a statement released today, she tells us she has voluntarily agreed to the suspension to minimize disruptions in family court. An Evansville man who pleaded guilty to child solicitation charges in 2019 is now facing charges of child molestation. Eyewitness News' Cody Bailey tonight with the latest.
According to this affidavit, Jeremy Tudela is accused of inappropriately touching a child under the age of 10 while the child was sitting on his lap. And after facing similar charges back in 2019, more information is coming to light on Tudela and these 2 cases. In March of 2019, Tudela was sentenced to 4 years on child seduction charges, most of which he had already served. Court records show in November, a juvenile told other adults Tudela had touched her inappropriately while they were eating at an Evansville entertainment venue. Tudela was arrested shortly after the accusation was made. But Tudela faced other problems prior to the latest accusation. On November 3rd, 2021, Tudela was advised by his probation officer that he was in violation of his probation by living too close to a daycare center. He was given 30 days to move. Tudela asked for an extension, but it was denied due to another circumstance. On November 12th, Tudela remarried. His new wife had 2 children of her own. The wife's ex-husband filed a motion demanding the children not be left unsupervised with Tudela, which is the reason the judge gave for denying Tudela's motion for an extension. Tudela is currently being held without bond and is scheduled for his next court appearance on Monday, December the 6th. Reporting in Evansville, Cody Bailey, Eyewitness News.
New information tonight on that intruder found inside of Wrights High School in Evansville. That person was located inside of the school building yesterday. School officials say the intruder was a student from another district. And tonight, an EVSC spokesperson telling us they now believe a current student may have helped that person get inside the building. If that is true, school officials say the Wright student could face serious school and legal consequences. 'Tis the season for giving, but it's also the season for taking. Porch pirates are already on the move. Just 4 days ago, one was caught on camera in Evansville. Take a look at this. This video is from a home on Crattsville Road on November 28th. You can see a person on a bicycle approaching the porch. There are 2 packages on the porch. The person grabs one of the packages and then takes off. Evansville police are hoping someone knows who that person is. If you do, call police. So what are police doing to prevent thefts like that from happening? Eyewitness News' Mike Pickett tonight with the answer.
As more packages are delivered during the holiday season, more package thefts from front porches are reported.
This time of year is when we hear about porch pirates more often.
Particularly the last year and a half to 2 years, a lot of people have done increased their online shopping, which of course leads to increased packages coming and stuff. So you would kind of expect that.
Both the U.S. Postal Service and Owensboro Police say while porch piracies are reported year-round, they do increase around the holidays because of the higher number delivered. The U.S. Postal Service estimates up to 950 million packages will be delivered nationwide between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day.
Better be looking out if you know packages are coming.
Officer Andrew Boggett says police patrol neighborhoods heavily and watch for thefts when they can, but they can happen anywhere. Doorbell cameras and video surveillance systems are one way people can protect themselves.
We've been getting all the packages we're supposed to be getting.
It's one way Tom O'Brien makes sure no packages sent to his home get stolen.
When you see a sign out there like Vivint, or if you see another sign over on the other side which says Vivint, then they know that you do have a security system.
The Postal Service says people can protect themselves by having mail held if you're out of town or having special delivery instructions, such as leaving it with a neighbor.
If you know a neighbor is home during the day and is willing to accept those packages for you, you might want to use that delivery address.
State Senator David Yates of Louisville filed a bill in the Kentucky General Assembly that proposes adding theft to packages delivered by someone other than the Postal Service as a felony, same as those delivered by the U.S. Postal Service. In Owensboro, Mike Pickett, Eyewitness News.
Developing tonight, New York becomes the 4th state to detect cases of the Omicron variant. The governor of New York saying just moments ago, 5 cases have now been detected in the state. This comes after a case was detected today in Colorado. Health officials there say a woman tested positive after traveling to Africa. They say she is fully vaccinated and has only mild symptoms. Other cases have been detected in California and Minnesota. Still ahead tonight on Eyewitness News at 6:30, Alec Baldwin speaking out tonight, saying he did not pull the trigger in that deadly shooting on the set of his new movie. More from his first interview. And Christmas comes to Rockefeller Center in New York City. That massive tree is now lit tonight. But first, warmer temperatures continue across the tri-state. Wayne has his full forecast next.
Get the highest rated local weather app from the App Store today. Now, from your weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Wayne Hart.
Well, enjoy some gorgeous weather this afternoon. One of the nicest days, certainly for early December. And if you compare it to what we had in November, it was one of the nicest days we've had in over a month. We started off at 42 this morning, but 69 was the high. That's 19 above the average, which has now slipped down to 50. 8 shy of the record set back in 1982. We're going to be back in that same ballpark again for one more day. Now, our network of Doppler radars, all false returns around the radar sites here. No rain in the area. We could see some spotty showers in our southern counties early Saturday. Otherwise, we wait until Sunday morning for our next decent chance of some rain. Our roofclaim.com tower camera checking out the Owensboro riverfront with the dancing lights there on the Glover Carey Blue Bridge, downtown Evansville, our Superior Ag Tower camera with the temperature right now down to 54. Winds are calm. A little weak front is pushing in from the north right now. And after a very warm day, that will be dropping temperatures quite a bit here, but will still be above average for this time of the year. You can see Carmine's down to 48, but Madisonville's still at 64, so a wide range across the area. We'll probably all get into the upper 40s later this evening, then overnight lows will be in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. Compared to last night at this time, we're 4 degrees warmer in Evansville, 10 degrees warmer in Owensboro. So right now, it's a little warmer than last night, but by daybreak tomorrow morning, it's going to be pretty similar. Pretty quiet, obviously, in our area, even with the cold front moving on through. Some rain for the northeast. That's where the pattern has been very active for the past couple of weeks, but they've had more snow than rain, but it's mainly rain tonight, quickly fading away down into the mid-Atlantic states. Even though we have a cold front coming through, no clouds with it, all the high, thin clouds passing to our north, so we have a clear night underway. That'll be the case all night long, and no fog tonight like we had last night. By daybreak tomorrow morning, we wake up to sunshine, upper 30s to around 40, and then another mostly sunny and very warm day. The front's kind of sneaking through tonight as a cold front. It lifts back as a warm front tomorrow during the day, so temperatures again will be well up into the 60s, but with the front moving through, there'll be a bit of a range, probably, it looks like low to mid 60s up here in the northeastern corner, upper 60s here in the metro, forecasting 67 in Evansville. That'd be 2 degrees cooler than today, and then once again near 70 down in our southern county. So another beautiful day to take advantage of. And then Class C is primarily before sunrise, although some showers could linger till maybe 9 or 10. Very windy and sharply colder, a high of only 42. And then more rain heading our way for later Tuesday night into Wednesday, and maybe even Wednesday night of next week. Much more active pattern on the way.
All right, thank you, Wayne. Well, the most wonderful time of the year is officially underway in New York City. The Christmas tree lighting in Rockefeller Center marked the start of the Christmas season in the Big Apple. The iconic Radio City Rockettes joined the celebration, dancing in front of the 79-foot-tall Norway spruce. This year's tree will stand at the famous ice skating rink through the new year. Still ahead tonight on Eyewitness News, Alec Baldwin speaking out tonight about that deadly shooting on a movie set. What he has to say next.
You're watching Eyewitness News at 6:30 on the CW7 with Brandon Bartlett, meteorologist Wayne Hart, and sports with Randall Parmley.
Some scary moments today outside of the United Nations in New York City. The UN headquarters locked down for several hours today after a man was seen pacing outside, possibly with a shotgun. During a standoff, the man held a possible gun to his throat. Authorities say he did not appear to try to breach the security perimeter, and they say there was no danger to the public. That man was taken into custody around noon. Now to the latest on that deadly shooting on the movie set of Rust. In an exclusive interview with ABC News, Alec Baldwin saying he did not pull the trigger in that accident that killed the movie's cinematographer. And now the lawyer for the movie's assistant director is backing up Baldwin's claims. ABC's Morgan Norwood with the latest tonight from Los Angeles.
It just doesn't seem real to me.
An emotional Alec Baldwin talking exclusively with George Stephanopoulos about the deadly shooting on the set of his film Rust that injured a director and killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins.
She was someone who was loved by everyone.
Baldwin telling ABC News that he didn't pull the trigger on the prop gun that investigators say contained live rounds.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
Meanwhile, the lawyer for the film's assistant director, Dave Halls, backing up Baldwin's assertion, telling Kaylee Hartung that it was a misfire.
The entire time, Baldwin had his finger outside the trigger guard, parallel to the barrel, and that he told me since day one he thought it was a misfire. I know. And until Alex said that, it was just really hard to believe. But Dave has told me since the very first day I met him that Alec did not pull that trigger.
As authorities continue to investigate, reviewing the evidence, including the live rounds found on the set, the supplier who provided the guns and ammunition also breaking their silence, showing ABC News the invoices saying they did not provide live rounds, also claiming the live ammunition that detectives seized from their business during a search warrant don't match what was discovered on the set.
They found 4 rounds that were close enough to take in with them. They're not a match, but they were close. So there's something very unique about the live rounds that were found on Rust, but we've got to wait for the FBI to do its job.
And that supplier telling ABC News they're fully cooperating with the investigation. As for that exclusive with Alec Baldwin, you can watch that tonight right here on ABC. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Time now for sports. Bailey is here tonight, and the Colts are heading on the road this weekend.
Yeah, Brandon, the Colts are coming off of a heartbreaking loss last Sunday when Tom Brady came into town, but they're trying to get back on track as they take on the Texans. See what Coach Reich says about their performance. Plus, high school basketball is here, and Wrights kicks off their season tomorrow night. I caught up with the team at practice today to see how they're feeling heading into a brand new season. We'll have that when sports returns.
Eyewitness News at 6:30 continues.
Well, that time of year is here. High school basketball is back, and Wrights opens up their season against Vincennes Lincoln tomorrow night. The two will face each other at the United Bank River City Showcase. The Panthers took down Lincoln in their season opener last year, 78-48. So this Panthers team said that they have some confidence going into the game. Wrights finished last season 17-5 and lost in regionals to Bloomington South. With a fresh new start to the year and a new lineup after losing several seniors, this squad says they're ready to take on anyone.
Yeah, we've got a good core group back, and we got some young guys that are fitting in well. And as I said, with the summers open, we feel like we were able to get a lot done in June, and we're ready to get started.
I think we just want to show the city that we're still good. We may have lost a lot of seniors, but I still think we have a very elite team, and I think we have a chance to win sectionals again.
I'm feeling very confident. I like the group we got. We're a tight bunch. We like playing with each other. We get along great. You won't find a group in Evansville that's as talented as us.
The Panthers kick off their season tomorrow night at USI's gym at 5 p.m. Well, switching gears into the NFL, the Colts are taking on the road to Houston this weekend. Coming off of a very close loss to the Bucs this past Sunday at home, Houston has lost 9 of their last 10, and the Colts are ready for this weekend's matchup against the Texans. Coach Reich says the key to success goes back to the basics.
It's really about doing the ordinary things in an extraordinary way. And doing them consistently and really when it counts, coaches and players. When I think back to games that we've performed well down the road, down the stretch, and made the game-winning plays, it was doing ordinary things in an extraordinary way.
The Colts and Texans have the early slate on Sunday, kicking off at noon. And USI's men and women's basketball teams both took the trip up to take on the University of Illinois Springfield, and we'll have those highlights for you on Eyewitness News tonight.
All right, thank you, Bailey. How's it looking out there?
Yeah, temperature now down to 49 in Evansville. We're headed into the upper 30s to around 40 by daybreak. Tomorrow, which will be another very warm day as we warm well into the 60s once again.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here again tonight at 9 o'clock. Be well. Good night.